Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Ursa Ryan and this is another Civ 6 guide for your entertainment. May you digest it at your leisure and hopefully it'll teach you something a little different about how to play Civ, and in this particular case, how to win a culture victory using faith. As ever, come along to my Discord, link in the description below, if you want the exact map file and you can play along with me literally on the same map. But if you are old school and you wish to look at the configuration summary, here it is. We're playing on standard speed, Emperor difficulty, hard. Emperor is quite hard, but it's not deity level. Specifically, I didn't want to play on deity when I do these guides because I would rather focus on teaching you about the technique rather than how to survive a deity assault on the senses. Deity is a very different sort of playstyle, and this is much more interesting if you actually want to know how Civ works, and if you ever want to try this on multiplayer. It's a Highland map with 8 players and all of the settings pretty much left the same, but there is the game seed and the map seed. I have a ton of mods on, you can see which mods I have, but every single one of these, I actually can't scroll the thing, there you go, well, we'll just have to look at it. Every single one of these is just a cosmetic mod. None of them change the game file or change the gameplay, so you should be able to join along. I would like to think that I have established a little bit of a reputation for being a maverick when it comes to Civ 6 technique. I am very faith-based when I play Civ. I love a good religion, I love a holy site, and I love trying to incorporate faith into my techniques of how I play. Faith generally is not dismissed, but it is quite commonly put away as a sort of beta strategy. Like, faith and religion can be used, but if you're getting a science or a cultural or a domination victory, you'd be better focusing on other things rather than faith because you will get further into the game. I respectfully disagree, and I'd like to try and show you a couple of techniques with how you can use faith in order to kind of play the game like I do. We did Crusade last time, so a domination/faith victory using Crusade, which I really think went well. And our good friends Russia, well, quite frankly, Russia are my favourite Civ to play. I really enjoy playing them. I don't need an excuse to play them again, and I'm going to be using them this time. The techniques I'm showing you this game, I may be playing it with a Russian emphasis because of their tundra focus with Mother Russia and the +1 faith in production. You get the extra territory, everything with the lava districts and their focus on building it in the tundra. But this can be replicated with pretty much any other Civ. I know about the Congo. All right. Yes, I get that. The Congo are different, blah, 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 blah. But okay, right, everybody that isn't the Congo, you can play along and do this sort of strategy. You don't need to be Russia. Russia are particularly good at it because the lava district is built in half the speed and it gives me writer, artist and musician points every time I build it. But quite frankly, there are other Civs who could pull off this technique better. Culture victories are kind of a little bit complicated, but they boil down to the accumulation of culture and the respective accumulation of tourism. Tourism is a stat that you kind of use as your offensive weapon against the AI, and the culture they have is their defense. So if your tourism supersedes their culture for long enough, you will win a culture victory. That sense of it is quite easy. The actual maths and mechanics as to how it works is mental. I'm not going to try and explain that to you right now, and quite frankly, you don't need to know about that. What you need to know is how you make tourism, and that is quite simple. Writers, artists and musicians are going to be the primary focus of all tourism output in your empire, but that is not all. There are also builder improvements you can do, such as ski resorts and seaside resorts. Both of those do quite well. You could be building yourself national parks with naturalists from a conservation civic. You could get rock bands in order to aggressively attack your enemy with rock music, because of course that works like that. Yeah, I mean, that's a bit weird, isn't it? There's loads of different ways you can make tourism. And you can also get tourism from religion as well. Just by having a religion, having relics, spreading your religion around, that can all give tourism as well. Wonders and the building of wonders also is a good way of making tourism. But specifically towards the late stages of the game, you want open borders with everybody, you want trade routes with everybody. It's a complicated game. And, well, quite frankly, we're going to use religion to help us do that. With this particular playstyle, you want to find astrology, click astrology, and just that's what we're going to be doing, right? There's no question about what we're doing. We want a religion first, we want a pantheon first. That is it. Now, Russia gets +1 production and +1 faith from every tundra tile that it works. You want to be in the midst of the tundra, but you don't want to be exclusively in the tundra. If I were to settle like down here, where this amazing sea dragon machine thing, I don't know what this is, but it's horrifying and beautiful at the same time. Ugh, absolutely mad. If I were to settle down by one of this furry friend's paws, then I would have absolutely no food. Yes, you get production and faith, but there's too much of a good thing. It's all about avoiding the sharp strategy. The sharp strategy being you focus on whatever your civ's best thing is. If I were to get nothing but production and faith to stack on the production and faith bonuses that Russia gives, I'm going to get nowhere. I need to be quite balanced. So I need to stay on the fringes. If you imagine there's a line drawn between the tundra and the rest of the map, I kind of want to be in and around that line. I do want to go one tile south, however, because I want to settle on top of that tundra, because if I do, I get the +1 production and the +1 faith by being on that tile. That's pretty good. And, you know, we want to use Muffa Russia when we can, but that little extra sort of movement is no problem for us at all. I think I'm going to send some units out to scout across the left and right. I want to explore all of the tundra and see what land I've got. This is a Highlands map. A Highlands map is a type of map that is pretty much entirely made of land. So it is a huge wraparound land map with a couple of lakes and bits and pieces in between, but there's going to be no navy on this map. So there's going to be 1,000,001 places for me to settle. Settling is not going to be a problem at all. So I kind of want to just sort of go into the middle of the map to find other city-states, to find all of the AIs, and we'll go from there. Now, here we go. The first turn is gone. We'll settle on turn 2. There is St. Petersburg. There is the +1 faith I get from working that tile. Now, the first thing you've got to do is work towards getting your first settler. So getting the most food you can is important. If I had a 4 or 5 food tile, I'd be working that right now in order to work the settler as quick as I can, but this will have to do. Do you notice how it works the 3 production tile all the time? That's just a thing it does. Like, I don't know why it does that. I'm going to work the sheep to get the 2 food and the 2 production. I think that's a better balance for me. You can see as well, we've got 8 turns until we gain that population. I could get myself a builder, but because I'm focusing on astrology, there's nothing that I can work around where I am. I'm a little too far away from the wheat. I haven't got any sort of workable tiles that need no tech. So I'm going to need mining and animal husbandry to work pretty much all of these tiles. So there's no point in getting a builder just yet. Scouts. I made a bit of a stink last time. When we were doing the Crusade Guide, I confidently proclaimed that I never go for scouts at the beginning of the game because there are better things to build. Now, that is not a commonly held opinion, and I very much am willing to hear arguments on both sides. For me, the advantages of getting a scout is that they are quick, and they are cheap to build, and then you can send them off to get era score, to find tribal huts, to find city-states and people. That's brilliant. The negatives to them is that they die really quickly. Melee strength 10 is appallingly difficult to keep alive. You don't want to be using the survey policy for any longer than you have to, and if you're using that to make scouts any good, then fine. And that they don't upgrade to anything. If I were to get a warrior or a slinger and I use that to scout with, not only are they better at fighting barbarians, but they upgrade at later stages of the game into more relevant units. I would rather scout with a warrior. And I think this is the thing, especially with the Highlands map. These hills and woods, a scout needs 2 movement to get onto. Yes, it may move a little bit quicker, but it's not going to be that much quicker until I upgrade the scout. So I would rather have a warrior to scout the map with. The alternative start is the monument start. And this is the start I'm going to go for, actually, because I need to boost myself along through the culture tree as quick as I can to get to theology. I need to get not only a religion first, but I need to get an upgraded temple religion first. That's the aim here, effectively. That's what I want to be doing. So a monument start for me this time is exactly what I need. Besides, you don't want to rush it too much until you get to Agogi. Once I get Agogi, I can produce slingers out of my arse with amazing speed. Oh, there is a tribal hut. What is in the tribal hut, you say? I bet it's going to be something like a relic. It's unit experience. Alright, I mean, that's fine. That means my warrior now has battle cry, so it's effectively got the strength of 28, which is pretty cool. Okay, Hattusa. Hotusa has not been found by anyone, so I get the envoy. That is +1 science per turn. That helps a lot because astrology will be unlocked nice and quickly once I get that one. Okay, now that I found like something, I'm just going to sort of start beelining my warrior back around because I want him to be in the area for when I have my settler out and about. You see that barbarian scouts, this is why you need warriors, not scouts. It's when the barbarians come lurking, you can actually try and fight them off. Okay, so there is a monument. It's going to be 2 turns until we finish that one. I'm actually going to let myself work the production tiles here, which is going to stop the growth, but will help me to build nice and quickly, so I can get that monument and then the settler out really quick, get the second city, build the lava. We're saving up our gold per turn so that I can buy myself a slinger, I think, or a bit of an army, and that should be pretty good. Whenever I get a Pantheon, I'm always drawn to getting religious settlements. That 3 settler is amazing, and that steamrolling of ability, getting that second city out really quickly and then sort of going from there, makes a huge difference. Breathtaking appeals, if you've got lots of appeal in your nation, then you can go for a huge faith boost by picking that one up. Also, Divine Spark to get you a religion really, really quickly. So all of these things are fantastic. I'm going to go for Dance of the Aurora, for obvious Russia reasons. This gives me a huge amount of faith that I can then turn into my culture strategy. It is impossible to play a good culture game without using faith, and we are really going to be doubling down on faith this game, and you will see how good that strategy is in terms of increasing our culture and tourism output for the long term. Urban planning, we don't need God King because we've already got the Pantheon, and discipline will help to keep our units alive against those pesky barbarians. I also want a Gogi as quick as I can get it, so even if I haven't improved 3 tiles, that is always the best one to go for in my humble opinion. Okay, astrology has just been worked. I know that I've at least got a couple, well, actually one. Thought I saw something else. Oh yeah, cattle over here. So I know that I've got at least a couple of animals to work. I'd rather see if we've got some horses. So let's just work on that one quickly. You can see that this river actually goes all the way round. So as I'm moving my warrior around, oh yeah, and with the tundra over the hill, this is going to be a good place to settle actually. If I just move my settler sort of around, that is lovely. Okay, now that we've done that, I was working the production in order to do that really quickly. Now let's go back to that tile and get ourselves the lava district. Now, I want to be working flat land tundra, realistically, with my lavas. So this is the tile I'm going to be going for. It's flat. I can't put any improvements on it. It's got a +7 because it's got some forests around it. That is a lovely tile. Yeah, look at that. That's going to be the tile for me. I've got some stone. I've got some lovely coffee. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want my city 6 to 7 tiles away. That's the thing. Oh, look at that. Oh, all the stone. This is a lovely old start. I love that. So there is the lava district built. Okay, getting a religion is going to be the most important thing. You can see someone has just got a profit point in. I'm going to be getting 2 profit points because the lava is amazing. But units. We need as many slingers as we can get. I just need to get a couple of slingers to keep myself safe, because now that I've got a holy site, you can guarantee that barbarians are going to appear next turn and plunder it. It always is the same. We've got 1 horses. Oh, there are some horses there. Lovely. Okay, good. Right, so we've got a tile to work in a little bit. Let's go for mining now. You know what? As I always do, I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to settle on top of the coffee. That extra culture per turn, just by having the city on that tile, is wonderful. And I can still just about go plonk, 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 and put the lava district in next to all of those volcanoes over there. So I think that's fine. As I say, Russia just needs to be near tundra. They don't have to be in the tundra all the time. Yeah, look, I told you. I actually told you, didn't I? Okay, Agogi. Let's go there. Urban planning. Wonderful. Let's plonk the city there. Delightful. Okay, the lava district I do need to build pretty quickly. You can see all of these are rubbish, but I want that tile. Is it worth spending all my gold to get to this tile? I mean, I tell you what I could do. If I did it from St. Petersburg, so that's going to be 80. 55, 135 gold per turn. I can't quite afford it, actually. So let's put a turn or two into Slinger, and then we'll buy it in a second. Okay, I'm going to get beaten up by some warriors here, which is not great. Oh yeah, really badly beaten up actually. I think my lava district may be destroyed pretty quickly, but if I just bring my warrior in, I'll bring you back just so you can attack into that district. Are you going to go straight for that? Oh no, actually he took the bait. Okay, good. That's at least one turn where I'm not being pillaged. Wonderful. Okay, next turn he may move on to the lava district, but I'll have more scouts at that point. Come on. Just survive. Don't you move onto that. Don't you move onto that. No, he didn't. Excellent. Okay, this has worked quite well. Move you to there. Get you to attack. Okay, we have actually defeated these barbarians. That is lovely. We've got a couple of slingers. I'm just going to build a few more. I think it's worth having a bunch. I need the first religion, don't get me wrong, but if I get killed, then that just it just sucks. We can't be standing that one. Okay, kill 3 barbarians. I think bronze working may actually be an important one for me to get to, just in case I have any iron I can work. That would be really handy. Equally, construction is where I need to be going, because lumber mills on tundra tiles are brilliant. Let's just get pottery quickly. Alright, time for the lava. We're going to go blonk, blonk, like that. And then, oh yeah, a lovely +6. Look at that. That is a tile of delight. Okay, now that I've got about 179 slingers, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch myself back to discipline. Ilcum, no, we'll keep urban planning for now. Okay, good. This is wonderful. We've got the state workforce. Now, the Magnus or Pingala start is an interesting one. Magnus works really well when you want to chuck settlers out, but with my particular strategy, I really need a religion, and specifically I need to get to theology as quickly as I can. So I need Pingala in, and I need to get my culture up as quickly as I physically can. So that is the priority for me right now. You can see a shrine. If I build a shrine, that helps me to get more points together. I mean, 4 turns of building a lava district. So yeah, I'm just going to get the shrine first, and then we'll go for holy site prayers if we need that boost afterwards. Once you've got a big critical mass of slingers, then you go for archery. You can upgrade them all into archers and make a fantastic little army for yourself by doing that one. Okay, Scout, you are going to get trapped in by a slingery death. Oh, and I boosted bronze working. Nice. It's actually quite handy. Oh, whoa, look, somebody has actually just put a project in. Someone is boosting a religion. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We can't let that happen. Okay, we might have to actually give ourselves a holy site prayer really quickly in order to boost this through, because we need the first religion. We cannot let someone else have it. Religions, you're either going to lose it one of 3 ways. Either somebody gets more profit points than you, they buy it with faith, or they build Stonehenge. Those are the sort of the tricksy things you've got to watch out for. Look, this scout is just being really annoying. Stop it. Right, finish the lava. It was on 1 turn before it got interrupted, which is really annoying. Holy site prayers is looking good. Okay, we are looking pretty safe and secure here, which is nice, but I need them to stop it. Pingala is now settled, which is good. I do need another governor. Just watch out if Zoroaster, if he gets taken, and we know somebody else has built a religion. I'm just waiting for my faith as well. If I get into the point where I can just faith boost, I will. We're also now making 4 points per turn, which does help because this city over here has just done its thing. Brazil, nice to meet you. Oh, it's Brazil who's doing the religion. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, we need to keep an eye on Brazil, because Brazil are just an annoying, like, great person, jealous, like, annoyance in most of these games. They really are. I don't like Brazil particularly. Let's go for horseback riding, because we can build a pasture pretty quickly, and I can get some horsemen in. That would help me to destroy the barbarians that are annoying me. And Hungary, nice to meet you. Okay, actually, we know Brazil they're getting their own religion, but Hungary could be a better friend. So we'll just send them a delegation, and we'll kind of see if they want to be friends with us. Okay, so the project just got done. I've got 58 out of 60 points. It means we'll get the great profit next turn, so I don't need to boost with faith. If I boost it with faith, I can't use it this turn. If I just wait until next turn and use it just by using points, I can use the profit the turn after that. So it makes sense just to wait for a little bit. Like so. Look, do you see? Nobody's built anything. Nobody's got it. I can now go to great people, recruit, and then go Poplonk, kaplonk, the great person has been activated. So there are lots of different religious beliefs that you can use, and some are better than others. There are a few that are really, really bad. Divine inspiration, religious community, Zen meditation, those three, they're very, very, very niche. I'm not entirely sure that I would recommend going for any of those unless you've got a very particular sort of start. Warrior monks can be used to pretty effectively early game war sometimes, and reliquaries, they are really good if you're using the Old Gods Secret Society. That is an amazing combination with them, or using the Kema or Poland or someone that uses a lot of relics. Choral music, I would always say, is really, really good, although it's difficult to use. You need an incentive to build lots of holy sites, and sometimes just the extra culture output isn't enough, but that is really good to combine with a warlike playthrough, because if you take over enemy cities which have got holy sites already in them and then you convert them, the extra culture output is really, really handy. The biggest ones are Jesuit education. Now, Jesuit education is really, really fantastic, but it doesn't actually work very well with the culture playthrough. We need our faith in the later stages of the game to do a few things: to buy great people, to buy naturalists, and to buy rock bands. Those three things are going to be taking pretty much all of our faith per turn. A huge amount of faith per turn that'll take. So we don't want to be using faith in order to get theatre squares. It's sort of, what was the theatre square buildings? It seems a little weird, but in my particular style, it doesn't particularly work. Work ethic, that extra production bonus is huge. That's going to be at least 6 production in both of my cities, and then 12 once I get the policy card. That's huge. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go Feed the World, because Feed the World for me works better than work ethic. Yes, you can get a plus 12 production city or plus 14 production city with that, but Feed the World, if I pick this and I pick Gerdawa, for instance, that is 3 food, 6 food for the shrines and temples, and then another plus 2 food, that's plus 8. Plus 8 food. That is 4 tiles worth of citizens, and those 4 tiles could be worked with 4 mines that all have 4 production on them, which gives you another 16 production per turn. So it's already the same production, but because you're also getting food, you have more population, which means more gold, more culture, more science. You've got more district possibility. I can put more districts down. And it also means I can settle in the tundra and have enough food in order to make it worth it. I mean, I could even settle off fresh water. I could settle in deserts. Like, don't get me wrong. Work ethic is really, really good. But I honestly think Feed the World is better. The other reason why it's a really good habit to get into the Feed the World rather than work ethic is work ethic just needs you to build a lava district, right? You don't have to do anything else. You just put the district down and you'll never need to buy a shrine or temple in your life. And trust me, you won't, because there's no point. If you have to build the shrine and temple, you will force yourself to build it. And you will find your faith per turn goes up like crazy, and you will find in the long run it helps. Now, always go for the building second, unless you're going for a very specific thing like a crusade playthrough. The computer likes meeting house. Again, the 2 production is good, but the 2 food is better than the 2 production for exactly the same reasons I told you. You want city growth and you want to be able to work more tiles, because a mine or lumber mill may have 4 or 5 production on it towards the end of the game. It scales better. Mosque is really good if you want to spread your religion. We don't. Synagogues are sort of fairly boring option. What? It does give you more science. It's not a huge amount. Cathedral, 1 slot for religious art is good, but I would rather have that religious art in an art museum. For me, it works better. And pagodas are brilliant, but I'm not going to use them this particular playthrough. I'm going to double up on the food, and we're going to have a really, really hungry religion that gets us through the game. Now, when that shrine is done, that's going to give St. Petersburg 2 food per turn. That is a lovely addition. We need to get some builders in pretty quickly, actually. Stop the barbarians from getting to me, but we have the religion, we have the Pantheon first. This has been a lovely start. There's a lovely little space around here, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might put a city here. That is a lovely, lovely city centre tile. Okay, for the reasons we were talking about before, I want to build my production up because I'm going to use the shrine in order to get the food in this city and the housing in order to push that one through. St. Petersburg just got its shrine together. That is lovely. You get the builder in now. We need to get a pasture going so I can get the horseback riding bonus. In fact, actually, is that being worked? No, we're working 2 production tiles here. You know what? That's actually fine. I don't mind that in the longer run. Build the quarry. Masonry boosted. Oh yeah, oh no, there's a warrior. Okay, it's near a Brazilian scout, so quite frankly, I'd rather they got hit. Catholicism, yeah, Brazil got it. They got choral music, they went meeting house. They always go meeting house. Mad, isn't it? Oh, they actually got the extra settler as well. Good on you, Brazil. That is not a bad start. Should we go for more settlers? I do need to put down settlers, but I need to just work these cities first. Pingala, Connoisseur, there's the culture per turn. Okay, that's at least 3 more culture per turn. That should boost me quite quickly through to drama and poetry. 13 turns, then we can go for theology, get the temple going. That will work nicely. Don't need to boost the government just yet. Horses, done. Pasture, done. Okay, wonderful. I just need to lock those horses in being worked because it's got a little bit more food. So actually, that will start to help St. Petersburg growing, which is quite nice. Just going to cheekily chop down that wood to rush the shrine and then get a monument up. It's another 2 culture per turn. Again, we're rushing through. We want the temples as quick as we can to boost and upgrade our religion as quickly as we can. It's all about a strong religion in this playthrough. Just sent a trade route out. That boosts currency. After horseback riding, we're going to go for wheel. Minor resource. We actually don't have a mineable resource around me, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts when you think about it. The granary would help St. Petersburg just to grow. Otherwise, I think a settler is kind of needed at this point. I do need at least 1 settler just to keep expanding. Worked for sheep. That is a good tile. 6 production. Oh, sorry, 6 yield tile. Lovely. Just imagine these lumber mills are going to be amazing once I've gone down that. Okay, yeah, wheel. Let's do that. There's the normal age. That's fine. We're going to go for Exodus of Evangelists. Spread our religion around a little bit to all the new cities we're about to put down. I want to be in a golden age next time round. That, for me, is kind of quite important. I mean, is it worth actually just putting a mine down on that tile to give us another 2 food tile to work? Because we don't have many 2 food tiles. Or maybe I'll put it on this. Should put it on the field. Actually, that's not a bad idea. And then I've at least got 3 food tile. Because as I say, production is going to be no problem here. St. Petersburg already has 18 production. And that's because I'm working like 1, 2, 3 of these huge production tiles. And there's another one up here. So yeah, making sure I've got bitter food, not a bad thing. Oh, Hungary and Brazil have gone to war. Oh, that's exciting. Irrigation boosted. Work that tile. Force that to be worked. Okay. That is lovely. Okay, urban planning, still looking good. I'm just going to switch it though to colonialization. Discipline, again, looking pretty good. We don't mind that at all. I've just got barbs that keep appearing everywhere, so I'm just being very careful of not getting shot down by them. Okay, now that I've got drama and poetry, here we go. Let's go for mysticism, and we'll go for temples after that point. This settler is almost done. Look, you can see there's a nice river over in this direction. I wonder if there's anything over here for us. Oh, that's a lovely tile. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a bit close. 6. I could settle on top of the olives, actually. That wouldn't be the worst idea. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Let's go and settle in that direction. We've also now got the opportunity to put 2 theatre squares down. That is a huge deal for us because, again, we're getting lots and lots of great writers from our lava districts, but even if we weren't, culture is the name of the game here. And that's what we want to be getting, so maybe the theatre square is a good place to start. Or I could go for another settler, or I could go for the government plaza. The government plaza could be put down in an opportunity to make both of these lava districts, so that would make it a +8 and a +6. But then I'd have to probably get rid of the forest, unless I plopped it there, which I could do. Depends. St. Petersburg, I wasn't really going to make my production centre, but actually I could. Which is the bigger city? There's +15 and +11. So this technically could be the production centre. So maybe I do want it to be Government Plaza. I think let's make it Government Plaza. Yeah, you know what? Why not? If I just do this. Okay, that tile is... Why can I not put it... Oh, no, I can put it there. Okay, Government Plaza down. And then we can get Magnus involved and get him boosting through. Okay, some archers of absolute death have just appeared and I can't quite fight them at the moment. So Settler is going to go in the other direction for now. We're going to go and wuss out and settle on that space. Oh dear. There's the writer. There is a great piece of work. That's lovely. We're going to go for theology. Only 4 turns now. Then we'll get the temples down. Send the envoy. I want to save the envoy for now. Okay, this city can build me a theatre square. And actually, what a brilliant tile. There is a desert hill here. That is a useless tile. I might as well just put the theatre square on. Now, when you go to theatre square placement, if you're building loads of wonders, that's great. That's really, really a good thing for you. But you don't need to worry about it so much, because the more important thing is that you I've just moved him there. That was really stupid to do, actually. Hang on, I'll just upgrade you. More important thing is to get the theatre squares down. The actual adjacency bonus it's not too important, and don't forget you can always improve that with entertainment complexes later in the game. Oh, actually, they've just done a really stupid thing, that sling and then archer. Oh, okay, it didn't quite die. Oh, he's gonna plunder my farm, isn't he? I can just tell that. I can just tell already. What do you reckon to that, actually? If I stick the aqueduct there, the industrial zone there, that gives it +3, 4, 5. Yeah. Hey, that'll do. +5's not bad. Yeah, just as expected. They were horrible, horrible people. Well, you know what? I disapprove of that. Right, Pingala, this is a great time to reassign you to my second city. I'm now going to get Magnus involved in my capital, and then we can look to be getting some settlers in. I'm also just going to quickly switch to the watermill, because I need that in quickly in order to boost construction. That would be a useful thing for me. Okay, scripture comes in. I like the faith per turn. That is really useful for me in all kinds of ways. Discipline is still doing quite well for now. Okay, so we've got the builder, we've got the watermill coming in, but the temple is ready. Let's just quickly get that temple. 8 turns. It's an expensive build, but the extra food and the extra faith that comes with it is so worth it. So worth it. Oh god, the build queues on these places are massive, aren't they? Absolutely crazy. Let's just go for political philosophy now. Send the envoy. We've got 2 envoys. I can't make Hattusa my suzerain yet, so we won't bother with that one. Recruit a great scientist. I could probably just buy one with faith. Hildegard of Bingen. Actually, that holy district's faith adjacency gives science. Oh, that's not bad. Keep an eye out for her, actually. Masonry, okay. Now construction, which will be boosted by the watermill. Once I get the lumber mines down on here and here, we're going to have some absolutely crazy production in my capital. It's going to be delightful. Slinger just on top of there. Just waiting for that horse tile. Look, 4 turns away from being done. Wait, who just got plundered? Oh no, Unmet City State just got killed. Unmet is fine. Unmet, I have no qualms with them being killed. Work the horse in. We've now got 2 sources of horses being worked. I'm pretty sure that will be worked. Yeah, look, I forget I can just do this, but look, it's, as I say, what you're looking for is that every single tile you're working should be improved. If they're not, actually I should have just done that. That's really annoying. I could be building that. But if they're not improved, you're leaving resource on the table. So these 2, they're still my best tiles, but until I get construction up, it's kind of just a bit pointless for me here. So anyway, there's another city. Look at that. That is a delightful little spot. Let's get the lava up and running quickly. I've got +7, +7, +6. I'm tempted to go for the +6 because it's closer to the capital. And if it's closer, it's likely to be easier to protect. But these +7s are, I mean, they're pretty good. Oh, that's the tile I would love to have done, because that's the flatland tile. Here. Let's do that. Why not? Political philosophy. Okay. Autocracy, I should say, +1 to all yields in each government building and palace in a city. Basically, it makes your capital really, really good. Helps you to build wonders. It's okay if you're going for a wonder build, but I'm not particularly. Classical Republic, that +1 housing and +1 immunity runs through the game, and the bigger you make your empire, the better it is. +15% great person points really stacks well for my cultural playthrough, and oligarchy is really good if you're going to war, but we're not. I always recommend you go Classical Republic. It's also got a really good mix of economic policy slots and wildcard policies, so quite frankly, it's amazing. Go for settlers. Let's go for urban planning, and we'll go for Thirst Envoy. Those are all pretty good. Let's just quickly chop down that. So now I've got the temple in. I can now buy my Gerdover in. Do I do that, or do I get the apostles first? Let's go for both apostles first, and then we can improve our religion, and then we'll get the Gerdover in next turn. Alright, let's instead get the Ancestral Hall. Extra production towards settlers, and the 3 builder when you plunk it down. Pretty good. And finally, a very special shout out to Scott Stratton and Major King Kong for all of your help on Patreon, as well as everybody else who likes, subscribes, comments on videos, joins Discord. You guys keep me going. Thank you very much.